What is going on, guys? This is Induced Rhino here, back for another commentary in Forza Motorsport 6. So yes, here it is, the second part of the Fast and Furious car pack overview. I've changed it to overview, actually. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to change, so I keep changing the title to either review, overview, or just car pack. Nothing. Or just Fast and Furious, I don't know. Just to so I can get the right title. Also, just to tell you, after this video, I'm not going to be able to make another video till like 5 days because I'm going on holiday. And unfortunately, after that, I'm only going to be able to make 3 videos in a week and a half. Well, technically 3 videos in only 3 videos in 10 days. And the reason to that is the download on our internet is running out. We got to try and save it, and uploading videos does waste a bit of it, so I can only upload 3. But as we get more download, I'll upload daily for a week just to make up for it, and I'll talk about those 3 videos in a 10-day period later. So it'll only be most likely 3 videos in a 10-day period. So anyway, here it is, the second part, and we got the 1993 Mitsubishi Eclipse. So we got a speed of 6.5, not bad, handling 5.0, acceleration of 7.5, and braking of 4.7. So again, not very good braking. Oh, we gotta change it from kilowatts to horsepower. I forgot to change the units, I'm sorry guys. So we don't need to spend ages on looking at the speed, it's just that we just need to talk about the speed, like how good they are and how they are compared to the other Fast and Furious cars. But anyway, we got 355 horsepower, so that's not bad. Like about the same amount as the Honda S2000, the last car we did on the first part. We got 310 pound-foot of torque, so we got about 45. We got 45 less torque than power, but they're both over the 300 mark. We got 3,200 pounds and 59% of that weight on the front. So let's just hop into it. If you're new to this and you haven't seen the first part, check out the first part now. What we do is we take a look at them in Forza Vista and take them for a 1.5 minute drive. So yes, as you can see, this is a nice looking car. Turn the headlights on. But like the Honda S2000, it's not relatively tough. It's just really nice looking car, really flashy, and has a really nice design. The design of, I don't really know what the design is. It kind of looks like some sort of ocean thingy with a green background. I don't know, but the rims, they look alright for 1995. But don't forget, this car is 1995, but they like refurbished, Fast and Furious like refurbished and added all the features to this car when they made the Fast in the 21st century when they made the movies. And here we got a nice looking adjustable wing. And the thing with the tail lights is that, can you see, like, there's sort of on the outside red light, orange light, but in the middle there's also a red part that makes it look like that entire part, from the orange part on the outside going through the red part in the middle to the other side, makes it look like one huge tail light. But it's not. The middle part does not work. But it's just the middle part is the exact same color as the tail light itself, so it makes it all one big tail light. So again, pretty simple interior, but just like 1990s interior, 1990s classic interior. Well, not really classic, but just a 1990s simple interior. And we got a nice looking gear stick, I gotta say. Nice looking steering wheel. Let's listen to it. Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad startup. Alright, so not bad. Not the best sounding Fast and Furious car, but sure. Sure. Alright, so now if you're new to this series, well, it's not really a series, it's just only a 2-part thing I'm doing, because if we made it 1 part, it'd be like an hour. So we're going to take it to Long Beach on a 1.34 mile track. I know there's a shorter track, about 0.34 miles, but it's just a bit too short. Yeah, too short. Alright, so this track does kind of suit it, because this is an American track and it's a city. So yeah, as you can see looking at the back, so yeah, you can sort of notice which is the tail light part and which isn't, because the middle part has, you can see the sides, the red and orange tail lights on the sides, you can sort of see the lights in them, and especially when you brake, like you can see them lining up, but the middle part doesn't, even though it's red. But when you're in Forza Vista, it kind of looks like one big tail light, if you know what I mean. But I guess it sort of, when it lights up, sort of stands out with the green colour and stands out to the adjustable wing. So yeah, that looks nice. Now let's keep driving the interior. So in the sunlight, we got little simple air conditioning vents in the middle, and some other buttons in the middle. Yeah, nice simple steering wheel, nice little gauges, nice simple little gauges, and yeah, pretty much all there is to say. And this does drive pretty well, feels pretty well, handles, it actually doesn't handle that bad, I gotta say. Okay, let's test the braking. Okay, 100, let's stop. So yeah, just like an all Fast and Furious car. So not the best braking, but anyway, let's move on to the next car in the pack. So the next car in the pack is this bad boy, the 2003 Nissan Fairlady Z, also known as the 350Z. The car that came before the 370Z, and the car that replaced the 300ZX, I believe. But yeah, anyway, I like the 350Z, and I like the look of this car. It does look nice and tough. Well, tough with that awesome looking design on it. It reminds you like of a army design, or not really, I don't know how to explain, but it does have a really tough look, especially with the design. So I really like this car, so let's take a look at the specs. Got speed is 7.3, so pretty good speed there. Handling of 5.2, so about the same handling as the Mitsubishi, but because it's faster, it might not handle as good when driving. Got an acceleration of 8.3, so pretty good, and braking of 5.0, so of course, on the downside of the braking. And handling as always, we got 486 horsepower, so quite powerful, so about 130 more power than the Mitsubishi that had 355. Got 409 pound-foot of torque, so about the same amount of power and torque, only 4 more torque than power, of course. Got 3,300 pounds, rounding it up though, so it's quite heavy, but only I believe 100 or 200 pounds heavier than the Mitsubishi. Yeah, and 53% of that weight is on the front. Right, so let's hop into it, the Forza Vista. So yeah, as I was saying, this is a tough looking car and has a really tough looking design, but just don't really like that tyre mark, or what do you call it, I don't know what you call it, like the things that go over the tyres, I don't know, like that sort of guard the tyres. And the front, I just don't like the look, the black plastic look on the bonnet. I'm not sure if it's plastic, but it so looks like plastic. But at least you get those nice intake notches, and the side just looks really good though. That really good design. It kind of looks like a mechanical crab spider. I don't know. Whatever it is, it looks really good. And the color, the grey color reminds you, army grey color. I don't know. Just sort of reminds you of an army color. I don't know. And this isn't really a tough vehicle, it's just makes it look a little bit tough with the design. And of course we've got the silver door handle, which is also on the 370Z. And the back, we got a nice looking grey wing, nice looking simple red tail lights there, and 2 exhaust pipes down there. Oh, the seats on the other side. And the headlights, quite big, and more like quite big, and not the best looking headlights, but they're alright. Well, prefer the ones on the 370Z though, and maybe the ones on the 300ZX, I don't know. But the interior got those nice sort of gauges there. Got a nice looking, we got more gauges up there in the middle, and we got that sort of big space up there. I don't know what that is, like maybe there's something behind that, like maybe a sat-nav screen. But they couldn't have had sat-nav on this car for 2002 or 3. But I mean, we got a nice looking gear stick, and a nice looking steering wheel too. Let's listen to it. yeah, so nice sound. Let's hop out of it and go take this baby for a spin. Baby for a spin. Yeah, because this is like a baby army car, and it'll grow up into a baby, into an army truck. It'll grow up into the Pterodine, which is another Fast and Furious car, which we're going to take a look at first and explain about a very unique feature of it for a Fast and Furious car that I'm sure a lot of you already know about. So yeah, this launches off and drives off, comes off the mark and drives really well. But it's just the turning. It's also the turning that we gotta worry about. So yeah, the headlights just, I guess they look alright. Maybe they are as good as the ones on the 300ZX, but they're definitely not as good as the ones on the 370Z because they're like quite big. Well, I guess they had big headlights on modern looking cars back in the early 21st century. Yeah, and we also got a Z badge on the steering wheel. Oh, just crashed. Okay. So let's keep going. Okay, so coming on that corner, I hate that corner. Oh shit. Excuse my language. Okay. We'll test its braking. So yeah, maybe that is a little bit better braking than on the Mitsubishi. Well, the Mitsubishi braking was about 4.7, 4.8. And the braking on this is 5.0, I can remember, so it already is slightly better, but you can already tell it's better. So now, we'll just wait for this load, and then we'll move on to the next car, which is this next car, one of my favourite cars in the pack of all. And you guessed it, here it is, one of my favourite cars in the pack. Sorry about that little freeze there, or that stutter. It's what happens when I start making a clip for some reason. But anyway, here it is, the 1999 Nissan Skyline GTR. And yes, this is the R34 model and the Victory spec. I love this car, I really do. It's one of my favourite cars in the pack. Maybe my favourite. They didn't have the Fast and Furious, this car in the Fast and Furious pack in Forza Horizon 2. But you could get the design for it. And like the 350Z, it has nice looking design. Well, it already maybe looks a little bit tough even without the design. Not very tough, a little bit tough. But when the 350Z doesn't have the design or the colour, it doesn't really look that tough. It just looks nice and sporty. Well, this looks sporty too, but just... And it also looks a little bit tough, even without the design. Well, that blue stripes makes it look a tiny bit more better. So we don't need to look at the speed because I want to go to the power. We got 505 horsepower. That is a lot of horsepower, more than the 350Z. 444 pound-foot of torque. That's quite a bit of torque too. We got 3,440 pounds and 57% of that weight on the front. Because you don't really need to look at the speed specs because they're about the same as the 350Z. Same speed, same handling, same braking, and just tiny bit better acceleration. 8.6 I believe the acceleration is. But anyway, so yeah, we got a nice angry looking look at the front, the frown look, and this, just the way that radiator grille is, just the position it is, not sure about. But yeah, I like the blue stripe going up and the blue checkers on the side. This car already looks a little bit tough even without the design, but I guess the design makes it look a tiny bit, adds a tiny bit more toughness to it. And yeah, the rims, the doors actually, sorry, just the door just looks like a normal 1990s coupe look, with the sort of where the line is and the way the door handle looks in the back, with that absolutely gorgeous looking back with the two taillights, of course, one's bigger than the other. Two twin taillights I call them, except that one's bigger than the other, and yeah, we don't have the biggest boot in the world, but still, we have a nice looking wing. Just the way the things holding up are so close to each other, and just how long the wing is, I'm not sure about that. And the white stripe, and the headlights, quickly turn them on, and the GTR badge on the steering, on the radio grille. So yes, when you get in, you have that awesome looking jet inside. That is the first car I've ever seen in Forza or Gran Turismo or Drive Club, even though I've only played it once. I have seen something like this in the passenger seat. So weird and so cool at the same time. And the rest of the interior, so nice. You got that blue trending all over the door, the dashboard, and I love that blue trend, but still love that gas jet even more. I like the gear stick there, the silver around it, and the silver on top of it. Like how the screen in the middle. I like the steering wheel, how it's nice and simple, and I like those simple gauges and the silver dashboard they're in. Except the only part of the interior I'm not sure about is just those dials up there, just like on the Honda S. Let's listen to it anyway. So it sounds awesome. And oh, just wait, because you can hardly hear me probably. So yeah, as I was saying, those white gauges on the top left-hand corner, oh, right-hand corner, sorry, because this is a right-hand drive. It's just like the big white gauge in the top left-hand corner in the Honda S2000. Not on the best position, like right in the sorry. What? It's not letting me go. Oh, here we go. What the heck? Sorry, so it's just like the Honda S2000, you got that big white dial on the far left-hand side of the windscreen, and you can even see it from the windscreen outside. It's just like on the Skyline, except you get two smaller gauges. But I guess it's alright, at least they're white and they're quite cute looking. So, oh, sorry about that, my video just cut out, but anyway, you haven't missed much. So yeah. Like all Skylines, this drives very well, and just like all GTRs. So I like the white gauges over there. They put a good position over there, but just not so sure about they put it in a good position, just not so sure about the position of those two gauges, because they're like right in the far right hand side of the windscreen, and you'd probably just be able to see them from the windscreen outside. But with the Honda S2000, you'd be able to pretty noticeably see it from the outside, the windscreen outside. So get ready to test the braking right near or right over the finish line, depending on where you do it. So yeah, we don't have, just like the 350Z. Actually, the Mitsubishi, because the Mitsubishi, we had about 4.7, 4.8 braking. That braking wasn't very good, but I felt the braking was slightly better on the 350Z, because that was 5.0. But the braking on that felt about the same, or maybe a tiny bit better, because maybe the braking is about the same too, 5.0, or no, 5.1, 5.2, I don't know. I'm sounding so stupid. Okay, so moving on to the next one, which is this bad boy, the 2014 Pterodike Gurkha LAPV. So, I've wanted to talk about this car. This is probably the most unique car in the Fast and Furious pack, because it's just so damn big, and also at the same time pretty good looking. Like, really, really tough, really big, and really heavy, and really slow. Probably the only car this could take down is the Hummer H1. I should probably do that. That would be cool. Who would like to see that? So anyway, let's look at the specs. We got a speed of 4.2, so this is a slow car for a Fast and Furious car, so I just don't know why they made this. I know they made like a big car, the Jeep Wrangler, they made as a big car for the Fast and Furious one, but this is just even bigger and heavier. And it's even tougher, even though the Jeep Wrangler is already very tough with indestructible armoured exterior. We got a Handley of 3.9. Because that Handley is only like 3% less than the speed, it should handle alright. when driving on a straight line at least, because we're going to expect a lot of understeer from this big bad boy. And we got 300 horsepower, so that's quite a lot of horsepower for a huge car that's really slow. And we got torque 657, so that's a lot of torque and a fair bit of power for a big heavy car that's quite slow. And now we get on to the main part, why it's so slow but quite a lot of torque and power. 500 pounds, jeez, that is a lot heavier than the Wrangler. That is the heaviest car I've ever seen in Forza. That's heavier than the Hummer, but at least it's very tough and quite good looking, very army looking. And we got, but that's just really heavy, but and 43% of that extremely heavy weight is on the front. So let's just hop into it. So we got a nice logo, army look logo, got pterodike. So yeah, going outside, so got nice intakers on the grille, and we got that sort of plate there on the hood. So yeah, and we got that sort of netting over the headlights, nice bright headlights. So yeah, and the side, so we don't have the biggest tyres, but still there are a pretty high suspension, and the way the thing over the tyres look, I like the shape of that, sort of like half a hexagon. Yeah, and the stairs, I like the look of the stairs. It's just that one's a bit too big when you look at it while it's driving on the side. That it's like if you're driving very widely, that bottom step could easily fall off. That's what it looks like. It's probably the weakest part of the car, I reckon. And yeah, the side, we got really tough looking windscreen and really tough looking doors. And we got nice looking headlights, really big, really tough. But we do have quite small doors, so it'd be a bit of a step in and quite hard to get in. We got an alright interior, so we got this screen up there, sat nav, a few buttons down there, an alright looking gear stick, looks decent, and we got nice looking gauges in there, modern looking for once, and I wouldn't relatively say simple, like the ones on the Raptor. Okay, let's listen to it. Okay, so it sounds alright. Yes, it is a diesel. It is a diesel, just like the Hummer. And I actually kind of like the sound of diesel. And yeah, you do have another screen over there, sort of with an extra gauge. And I actually do like the sound of diesels, especially turbo diesels. I really do. It's just how they're so slow. But of course, the petrol does last for a while. And because it's such a big, slow car, big, heavy, and slow car, we're going to go to the short track. Might do 2 laps around because it might be shorter than I think. Because it's not even half the distance of the other track. Not even a third. So yeah, this is just so damn big when you look at the sides. Oh, holy shit! That I did not. How could it do that when it's so heavy? Endo, that was freaking awesome. Huh. Gee. So I wasn't ready for that. That was my fault, not the cars. But already I'm having some struggle driving this car. Maybe this car's not designed for this track. Could have picked a different track specifically for this car only. But when we move on to the next and final car, it should calm me down a little. Well, not really calm me down, but just feel much better compared to driving this. And yeah, we do have a lot of understeer because this is so damn heavy. But if we put some upgrades on this and the Hummer, because this is about the same speed as the Hummer in its stock, we could, oh, you see, lots of understeer, so handles terribly when steering, but handles and drives alright on a straight line, but still very slowly. But I still really like this car. I was actually kind of looking forward to driving this thing, to be honest, because it's so big and so tough. So I'm not going to test the braking because this is just too slow and too heavy. which is this guy, the 1995 Toyota Supra Fast and Furious Edition. So again, this is also one of my favourite cars, and I believe in the pack this is the only car in the pack that is also from the pack in Forza Horizon 2, except different colour, different design, and different year. 1995 instead of 1998. So anyway, let's look at the specs. We got a whopping speed of 8.2, so this is the fastest car in the pack. You got a handling of 5.2, so not very good handling compared to the speed, because it's about 30% less than the high speed. So it might not handle that good. Might have one of the least best handlings, even though it has the best speed. Got acceleration 8.6, so really good acceleration. About the same amount as the Skyline, I believe. And we got a braking of 5.1, so again, the braking on the downside. We got a whopping 770 horsepower, so it also has the most power in the pack. So that is a lot of power. We got 636 pound-foot of torque, so about 150 less torque than power. Sometimes the torque is 100 less, 100 more, or about the same amount. And we got 3,330 pounds if you didn't see. Okay, so we got a nice, cute looking front. It's like the headlights are the eyes, and those black intakers are the eyebrows. That's what it's like. So we can open the bonnet and have a look at this gorgeous looking engine, I gotta say. Just because I like the blue stuff, and I like how it's all silver aluminium. So let's close it. Headlights, so we don't have the brightest headlights, even though the entire headlights don't light up in, some of the, considering it's one of those big 1990s headlights. And we got a nice looking design of sort of flying superhero leaving green slime in an orange background. I don't know. I really don't know. And we got nice looking rims. They don't really look like 1990s rims. They're different to the rims on the original Supra, which is the 98 Supra RZ in this game. You got gorgeous looking taillights. I gotta say, they just look gorgeous. The shape they're in and just the way the lights look. They're like quadruples because there are 4. Oh wait, can we open the boot, see what's in there? Yes we can, and look, we've got another jet in there, just like in the Skyline, except it's not on the passenger side, unfortunately. And we got a nice looking wing. Okay, so let's hop in. And yeah, the Supra and Forza Horizon 2 is on the other side. It is right-hand drive instead of left-hand drive. Left-hand drive instead of right-hand drive. So again, we got a blue seats, blue gear stick, or down the bottom at least. Nice looking gauges, simple looking gauges, Sparko steering wheel, and another one of those white gauges in the middle. I just find it a bit fishy how it's a bit of an angle. It's not really, a little bit upside down. But at least I like the look of it. It maybe does look a tiny bit different to the white gauges on the others, because the numbers, the black numbers, look a little brighter. But they're just like the white gauges on a NASCAR, really. And the rest of the interior, not much to say about it, so let's start it up. Listen to it. Sounds awesome. And yes, when you get near the revs, there is a light on top of that goes red. I like that too. But they could have also added it inside the gauge instead of on top of the gauge, because they had to add an extra thing on that gauge instead of in the gauge. Yes, and because that's working, the original tachometer and the original gauges don't work. So let's do our final test drive for this series, and then we'll end the video, and I'll just quickly talk to you about this thing, how I'm going on holidays and that when I get back. 3 videos in a 10-day period. So basically it's because my internet download's running out and we need to try and save it, and uploading videos sort of wastes it. So it's going to be 3 videos. If not, it might be a little more, like only about, if it's a little more, it might be only about 4, and if I'm very lucky, 5. But if it's not, it might be a little bit less, like 2, maybe even 1. No, I'll definitely make sure it's not 1. I'll try and make it 3. It'll most likely be 3, but if I can't make it 3, I'm sorry, I'll try. If I can't make it 3, I'll try and make it 2. I'm sorry. Because there is no way in the world I'm going to do one video in the 10-day period, because that'll make me too inactive and I may lose a couple of subs. So it's going to, will most likely be 3 videos in a 10-day period. But like I said, sorry, the video just sort of cut out there, but as I was saying, it'll most likely be 3 videos, but if it's not, it might be a little more, like 4. If not, it'll be a little less, like 2. But I'll definitely make sure it's not 1 for you guys. That's all I can say. So test the braking. And yeah, so we're not going to worry about going back to the garage, because we'll just do the outro out here, guys. But yeah, don't forget that. No more videos for 5 days, but when I get back, there'll only be most likely 3 videos in a 10-day period, and the first video will be uploaded on the day I get back, most likely. And those 3 videos that will be uploaded will most likely be a Forza Motorsport 6 drift build, my first drift build video, Forza Motorsport 6 Forza Vista video, because I did upload the one on the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, but it will be, I know it'll be a bit weird how upload the first showcase event video. Showcase instead of Forza Vista. I uploaded the first showcase event video of the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 and uploaded the second one 2 weeks later, and the third one a week later. But I'm sorry for that, but I'll promise you after that it'll be like 3 or 4 showcase videos a week. And it will also be a Forza Horizon 2 video on the history series. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, maybe even subscribe, leave some feedbacks in the comments. If you enjoyed the series, stay tuned for more videos of Forza 6. It's just about to get better because it's just come out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, and I also forgot to mention something real quick. Remember I said I'd do that Forza Vista Plus test drive series? It's cancelled because I uploaded the first one and I only got 2 views in 1 day, so for some reason it didn't get popular. So that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.